All right, Topper, switch over.
Yeah, now we got it over. Okay, so here they are.
Fairland, you need to be in your tornado safe spot as well. This is a radar indicated tornado, so it's not necessarily on the ground, but we are still seeing significant weather from this storm system that's been moving through portions of Virginia for the last several hours. We've been watching it pass through. Topper, give us some more information.
Okay, so we're headed Fairfax at 8:30, American Legion Bridge 8:35, Wheaton at about 8:41, DC around 8:50 on our storm tracker, and then a Bowie at 9:14. So this is, again, a radar indicated tornado warning, but notice around it we have this yellow box, and that is a severe thunderstorm warning. So again, if you have a severe thunderstorm warning, you're looking at winds of 60 miles per hour anyway. Possible tornado warning, yes, could have winds 70, 80, or 90 miles per hour, but the main thing is take cover. If you're anywhere in this area, not necessarily just in the tornado warning area, you're in Silver Spring, you're in the district, hopefully you've done some of the preparations. We've been talking about this for a day. You've taken, stuff that's going to blow around inside already. At least that's the plan. McLean, you're actually under the warning as well. Chantilly, you're under the warning. But right now, I would kind of zoom in, just to zoom in right around here. Would you, Michaela? Yeah. So right around Vale Road and Hunter Mill Road. If you're in this area, I would start to take cover. Interior room, a basement. Most of these homes have basements out here. Oakton, also I would take cover. And if you're already around 286 out toward Navy Road and Money's Corner, hopefully you've already taken cover, because at the very least, we're going to see winds of 60 miles per hour here, at the very least. And it's moving not as quickly as they did earlier. Earlier they were moving at like 55 and 60. Now this is moving about 35 miles per hour. All right, so we can zoom back out just a little bit. There's Bueller Road northeast and Cottage Street southwest. You're under the warning as well. So please take cover if you're on Lawyers Road, Old Courthouse, around Tyson's. You don't have a lot of time here so this is why we say make a plan. So when we go to a warning, you know exactly what to do. So this goes until 8:45. It includes Fairfax, and we also have a severe thunderstorm warning now for the District of Columbia, Fairfax, and also over toward Montgomery County. Here is what we call velocity, and we look at this as spin, rotation, green and red, to and from the radar site. So we can zoom in a little bit, Michaela, just to the west of Fairfax here, and you can query this and see what you got going on here and also out here. We'll see if we have any sign of rotation. So gate to gate's 20. That's not that troublesome right now. You want to query out here?
Sure, and I'm looking at it on radar scope as well, Topper, and we're really not seeing that tight couplet. Like we talked about, we want those red and green colors to be wrapped up really tightly together. So where you were just pointing, Topper, that's where we could probably assume we could maybe be seeing some rotation. But for people at home, what we're looking at here, those two colors, green and red. Easy way to remember it. Green, go. Red, recede. So the green colors, that's moving towards the radar. The red is moving away. So when we get those wrapped up, that's when we assume we're seeing some rotation.
So the green would be toward the radar site, which is over in the Sterling area, and red away. And yeah, we don't see much of a couplet here. But again, it was radar indicated. So we'll back it out. This is the storm that's causing the problems. And again, even if it's not producing a tornado, it is going to produce 60-mile-per-hour winds. We have a severe thunderstorm warning around it, which includes the district and parts of Montgomery County. It's kind of a very small area right now in Fairfax for the tornado warning. So we'll see if they extend this, but looking at that velocity and looking on radar scope, Michaela, I don't see that much here, but this is still a pretty big storm. Okay, and a very powerful storm. And this is what we're talking about. We talk about we're not out of the woods here until 9 or 10 o'clock with the chance for severe weather. Until the cold front sweeps through and gets this unstable air out of here, we're going to have these thunderstorms. So on our storm track, we've got Bethesda 8:56, Silver Spring at 9:01, and Adelphi at about 9:06. So that's the storm track right there of this individual possible tornado. So Bethesda, you're in the sights of that. If you're in Bethesda, move away from windows. There's a lot of trees in Bethesda. Get off the second floor. If the kids are upstairs studying, get them down to the first floor. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for D.C., Fairfax, Montgomery, and Prince George's County. That goes until 9 o'clock. It's kind of wrapped around that tornado warning. So again, if you're around Lawyers Road, kind of get ahead of the storm here. Old Courthouse Road northeast and Tyson's and Cedar Lane, take cover. it's going to be a big storm no matter what. So maybe tornadic, might not be, but please take cover. Interior room, preferably a basement. Most of these folks do have basements out in this area of Fairfax County. Oakton, take cover. If you know someone trying to drive out 66, call them and say, just wait, postpone for a little bit. Storm's moving off to the north and the east at about 35 miles per hour. And again, around that is a severe thunderstorm warning, which is also in effect until 9 o'clock. So this is this little area right here. Remember, tornado warnings are very specific. So this is the tornado warning for us for Fairfax until 8:45. But the larger box here, polygon if you will, in yellow, is the severe thunderstorm warning. And that continues until 9 o'clock. So let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit right in here, Michaela, if we could, and kind of get folks, ahead of the storm here. So heavy rains, Lawyers Road, Hunter's Mill. Now we're going to kind of move off to the east a little bit, and we've got heavy rain in Four Corners. So we're going to see some minor ponding roads, but because the storm's moving so fast, we don't think flash flooding is a real problem here. Let's go ahead and pan off to the east for me and see, Tyson's. Okay, you're in the tornado warning, so I would take cover. Do me a huge favor, Michaela, zoom out just a hair. I know it sounds crazy, but take off the reflectivity for a minute, and so we can just show folks who's inside this polygon. So Vale, you're in it. Tyson's is in it. American Legion Bridge is right on the edge. Chester Brook is right on the edge. And Peacock, you are in the tornado warning right now. Around it is the severe thunderstorm warning. So in this area, Tyson's and Lewinsville Road, this is where I think you need to sort of take cover. Again, it doesn't have to be tornadic. This is a dangerous storm. It's going to have winds of 50 or 60 miles per hour. All right, we put the reflectivity back on, and we'll show you where the heaviest rain is now. And so Tyson's, it's just about to get to you. McLean, you're about to get it. American Legion Bridge has some heavy rain just to the west. But the Four Corners area down toward Oakton, that's where the heaviest rain is, and could be some damaging winds there as well. So again, tornado warning for Fairfax until 8:45. We have the severe thunderstorm warning around it, which includes the district in Fairfax and Montgomery and Prince George's County, and also that goes until 9 o'clock. Go to the wall. Okay. Michaela, can you zoom out just a little bit?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So here's what we're looking at. Here's a wider view, okay, and there's the severe thunderstorm warning. So it's just south of Rockville, but it does include most of the district and then across into Montgomery County and also into Prince George's County. But this little red box right there, that is where the tornado warning is in effect. And that goes until 8:45. The severe thunderstorm warning goes until 9 o'clock. And this is what we're concerned about right here. You can try velocity again. Perfect, yes. So do we see any coupling? Not really. I mean,
we're seeing a little bit more, maybe to the north of Oakton, that we could be seeing some.
Okay.
Between Oakton and Vienna, those are two spots that we could potentially be seeing a little bit of that rotation coming through. We do have a bit more of that defined hook when we look at radar, but it is a bit more hard to get that rotation when we're looking at our velocities. So yeah, we're looking at it here, but there's not a whole lot to show you when we flip over between those velocities.
But still, we're still looking at the potential for some big winds.
Absolutely.
And so, take this storm seriously. All right, let's go back to reflectivity. We'll go out a little bit. We'll reset a minute. You can zoom out just a little bit on 4. That'd be also great. So here's the storm. This is the one that we're watching that's prompted the severe thunderstorm warning in addition to the tornado warning. And it's all part of this line. And we've been watching this line for hours. It moved through the mountains earlier this afternoon, and it's been creeping off to the east. So we'll zoom back in here. That's a pretty big storm right there in Harrisonburg. We'll watch that. So here's the storm that's prompted the severe thunderstorm warning and the tornado warning. Even though Rockville, you're not in the severe thunderstorm warning, you're looking at some very heavy rain as you go up 270 past the spur. But this is the tornado warning. So it is most of northern Fairfax County until 8:45. It's Doppler indicated. Nothing in the chat. Michaela, have anything on the ground or anything?
Haven't seen anything. Still saying that it's radar indicated, but it is saying we could be seeing about a 1/4 inch size of hail, if not larger, from this storm system. So even if it's not tornadic, we could still be seeing some very significant severe weather aspects from it in the way of those gusty winds as well as large damaging hail.
And we're getting to the point now, 8:37, where we're going to see if they extend this to the north and the east. So if they do, get ready. But even if they don't, even folks in Silver Spring need to take cover. I mean, again, Bethesda and Silver Spring, you know, if the kids are doing homework upstairs, put them on the first floor, because we're looking at 50, 60 mile per hour winds with this storm, regardless whether or not it's tornadic. Doesn't really matter. It's almost immaterial at this point. It's crossing over 7, heaviest rainfall anyway, and we'll see if they extend this back over the river. But this warning goes to 8:45, and then the severe thunderstorm warning, which is kind of around that, encompassing the tornado warning, goes until 9 o'clock, which does include the district, the rest of Fairfax, Montgomery, parts of Montgomery County, and also Prince George's County. So we'll zoom back out again, and this is a pretty heavy cell here. This is also heavy rainfall. We've got rainfall rates, I guarantee you, well over an inch per hour. So on the storm tracker, headed to Bethesda shortly, you know, 8:51, Silver Spring 8:57, Beltsville 9:06, and maybe up to Laurel at about 9:12. So that's with this storm moving off to the northeast, east-northeast at about 35 miles per hour. Again, the main threats, winds. Yes, it could be a tornadic storm, but that's going to be just stronger winds. So instead of, you know, 50, 60 mile per hour winds, yes, we may experience, if this is in fact a tornado, 70, 80 mile per hour winds. So we have our own reporter, Colby, is in Chantilly. Colby, you in the storm tracker? And what can you tell us? Any hail hitting your windshield yet?
Went through it. So we were initially in Centerville and we started driving towards Chantilly right at 8:19 to like 8:28, right in that time where those initial reports were coming out that that severe potentially tornadic weather was moving through. We were driving and the rain was just so heavy that we couldn't see. We actually had to pull off into a parking lot and give it a second because it was just coming down so hard and it was so windy. I actually tweeted a video and you can down sideways. Super strong winds and a lot of rain. So we were right in that time where this storm really started picking up, and it went through quick. And now we are heading towards Fairfax, and we'll keep you updated as we keep driving.
Okay, so you can see there's Chantilly right there. So yeah, the heaviest storm is now off to your east. Well, I'm glad you're safe. That's good. Glad you pulled over. That's good. That's all good advice for everyone. And as the storm continues to move off to the east, I mean, it's going to lower visibility, no doubt. Again, rainfall rates well over an inch per hour. So where you see the red, that's going to be some very heavy downpours. If you head out 7 toward Great Falls and over toward Drainesville, you're going to experience some very heavy rainfall. Even heavy rainfall now at 190 River Road. Even up 270, up the spur, we've got heavy rainfall. And you folks out Silver Spring, still under a severe thunderstorm warning. The storm is not there yet, but it will be. So hopefully you've, taken some precaution with the winds. Remember, we're under a wind advisory too until later on this evening. So hopefully you've taken precautions and brought stuff inside that can fly around, deck chairs. Hope your umbrella is down if you have put the umbrella up. But this is what we're looking at. This is what we're concerned about. The good news is we don't see anything yet issued to the north and the east of it. The bad news is there still could be a tornadic activity now sort of just west of McLean. I would put it more toward Tyson around 123 and over toward Lewinsville Road. So you're going to see winds of 50 or 60 miles per hour. Heavy rain back toward West Park Drive and out toward Tyson's and Westwood Center. Rainfall rates are well over an inch per hour here. And again, heading out 7 is a mess. If you can just stop, I would. And here's the heaviest rain right around Tyson's. It's pulling off to the east-northeast at about 35 miles per hour. But that said, I'm just concerned about winds more than anything. Yeah, it might have some hail in it. Don't think it's going to be a big hailer like we have in the summertime. But boy, the winds, 50, 60, maybe 70 miles per hour. Go ahead and pull out just a little bit, if you would, Michaela.
To remind people of is that this is not only going to be a rain-wrapped potential tornadic activity, but it's also nighttime. So you won't be able to get pictures of this. You won't be able to get videos of this tonight. So I know we've been talking to our weather watchers all night long, but please do not go outside and try to get videos or pictures of this event because you're not going to be able to see it, and it could be quite dangerous for you to get outside. So hunker down until this passes through. And Topper, the most recent scans are showing that right near Tyson's, that's where we could be seeing some of the rotation from this one. So Tyson, if we zoom in just a little bit more in the Tyson region, right by 495, we could be seeing some of this rotation in addition to that very heavy rainfall along 267 as well, maybe Chain Bridge Road. So all these areas, if you're out on the roadways right now, pull over, wait for this rain to pass. If you can get somewhere where you can protect your car, maybe into a carport of sorts, that would be the best place to get if you are driving.
Yeah, good advice. I mean, it's dark. We don't want our weather watchers to put themselves at risk. So safety, big concern here. We have some video of some heavy rainfall in Centerville, I believe. Is that correct, Spencer? Yep, there you go. So it will reduce visibility greatly with the heavier downpours, and you add nighttime to that, and it's tough. And you know, when we say pull over, we don't want you to pull over on the shoulder of an interstate. We want you to get off if you can on your closest exit. Certainly put your hazards on so people can see you. And if you're not going outside, just wait. Don't drive anywhere and don't go outside for another 40 minutes to an hour, because that's what you're going to face, and that's just not any fun. Okay, so back to radar.
Looks like it was the tornado warning has been canceled. Top.
Excellent. So it canceled just a little bit earlier. Okay. So let's go back to radar. We're kind of reset for a minute. There we go. Okay, reset. So we have this one. We're watching this storm back toward Culpeper. That's a big storm running through, headed toward Warrenton. That's actually a pretty big storm. So it's west of Culpeper, So please, we'll watch this. We see a warning pop on this, a severe thunderstorm warning. See the deep reds? That's rainfall rates almost 1 3/4 inches per hour. Now we'll slide on up to the north and the east, and this is a very big, that's a monster storm. I mean, it extends almost from Olney back toward Fairfax. And this, yeah, look at the rainfall rates, 1.34 inches per hour. I don't think we'll see any hail contamination with that. That's probably a reasonable estimate of how hard it's raining in Rockville, back toward Tyson's, and back almost all the way to Fairfax. So we have the warnings on here. Is that, can we put the warnings back on? Make sure we just, okay, so we still have this severe thunderstorm warning for the district in Fairfax, Montgomery, Prince George's until 9 o'clock, but the tornado warning has now been dropped a little bit ahead of schedule. It was going to go till 8:45. We're 100% sure about that, correct?
Yes, it was expired in the chat. It just hasn't dropped on Max quite yet. Okay,
so we'll let you go back to programming. We'll just say a couple things. We have a severe thunderstorm watch, and that continues until 10. And we have the wind advisory, which is no longer in effect, but we're still going to see winds gusting to 50, 60 miles per hour as this last line rolls through. We're going to be on Facebook Live here in about 5 minutes, and of course we'll have the latest on where the storms are, when we're going to be in the clear. We'll have damage for you tonight on the WSA 9 News at 11. For now, I'm meteorologist Topper Shutt, and from Michaela Lucero. To go to our app, download the app, and we'll see you on Facebook in a minute.